Today we're doing a what if, and it is what if TJ Watt and JJ Watt played on the same team. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna try to get TJ Watt to play on the Texans. If I can find him. Alright, there we go. I'll trade him. We're just going to up the ante a little bit. We're gonna make TJ the same overall, well, at least in the 90s, to make him look good like his brother. I don't know. I don't care. This is not cheating. This is making him play better with his brother. There we go. That's all I'm doing. At least he's gonna be in the 80s, and the coach won't want to. I wanted to do that so the coach wouldn't go out there and get a replacement. So we made the change to defense and all that, and we're going to simulate to next week.
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior
so
to this week's matchup.
0-1. If you haven't watched my other video, watch it after this video. So, yeah. This new series, and it's called What If.
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan.
TJ Watt played on the same team. Thought it'd be awesome to do. Right now, I just don't care about anything. I'm just trying to see if they would win games or not.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
So they're 1-2. They're not looking that hot. All I did was trade a 90 overall for a 79 overall, made the 79 overall to a 88 overall.
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
So, yeah, have they? TJ is looking like he did better. But I'm going to see the season stats for them. Passing, defense. So JJ and TJ is not doing all that hot. But what do you expect? TJ's a rookie. They're 1-3. They're not having the best start. They do not beat the 1-4 Browns. I'm just going in the live stream right here. It's in it.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.
They lost. How? Just how?
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
Do I gotta improve something?
You have grades for browse available players to help improve your team.
Oh, I don't understand. Braxton. Don't want to replace Braxton. Left guard. Right guard, 73, 76. I'll give him a master player for him. Here you go. What? 77 overall sim. I ain't got time for this. And plus, why would I change a team if this is a what if? I specifically said TJ.
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan.
They got one out. That's all what I'm saying. They have to win out. If they don't win out, then they're not.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
Playoffs. 3-5 against a 4-4 team. Answer immediate question. You're under 500% now, right now, and you've watched this team struggle through the first half of the season, turning it around as soon as possible. That should be the mindset now, doesn't it? Per win, per loss. Alright, so.
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
They screw everything up. Need 3 wins to make it 500%. Need 4 wins to get over 500%.
Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Now they need 4 wins. I swear. Watch the Ravens beat them. The Ravens beat them.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.
49ers? I don't know. I don't know at this point. Any team should beat the Browns, but
don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
They ain't making the playoffs. They're last. Only thing that can save us is if we win out. We ball out, we're good. You know what?
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping
if we don't
this
make the
week's game
playoffs,
plan.
I'm gonna do it a second season, just for the heck of it. And I'm not resigning anybody. I'm not signing anybody.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
I have to make sure JJ and TJ is still on the team, and the good defensive players.
Cap room is the closer your contract proposal is to the.
Duh. That's a no-brainer. No. Tom Savage. I'll sign Brandon. Alright. Who is that? I'll keep him. I'll keep all the 80s. Forget it. Alright, so let's move on with life. One player has progressed. Deshaun. My guy.
You've got a veteran player in the final year of his contract who has turned down your contract offers.
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
Nearly broke. I'll sign him. Alright, let's go. No more re-signing. I'll be surprised if we make the wild card. Just saying. Yeah, we didn't make it. That was Alfred Blue. That was piff. We finished second from last. So resign staff, start resigning. I ain't know for him a contract. The heck I look like? He don't deserve anything. It was fun while it lasted, I will say.
Points are earned every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Hire staff. Make staff offers. Coaches. He looks like he knows what he's doing. I can't withdraw any freaking changes. Next week.
This is the last opportunity to resign your players, or they will become free agents.
Let's see who else on here. Nobody important. So yeah, that's pretty good. So next week, right now it's looking alright. Hire staff. Alright, there we go. Sign free agents. See what we got over here. Go sign him. Give him a 2-3-year contract for 31 mil. Don't need him. Don't need him. Yes, need him. 52 point. Yeah. Bring him in. Not for that much. Remember defense. Alright, that's it. I don't want to make a heck of a changes. They sign, they don't, they don't. Simple as that.
All combine stats such as the 40-yard dash are now available in scouting. Check it out.
That's in the next season because, like, I'm not signing anybody.
Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Guys, hold on. Alright, so where was we? Ooh. Ooh, my remote just fell. Alright. Alright, let's go. Had to deal with something. I'm back now. I'm better than ever. Had to clear my mind for a minute. So, we're going to do this game by game. It normally takes a little while, but let's do 2 seasons, oh well.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your
I only live
upcoming
once,
matchup.
right?
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
Alright. Week 4, preseason, here we come. Ugh.
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan.
Alright, so cut 7 players. If I could sign a whole bunch of them players to the practice squad. Move to practice squad. Alright, so let's go. Next week, so we're getting into the real season. The one that matters.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
So, yeah. Let's keep going. Not a care in the world.
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
Okay. Started out the season 1-0. We're doing pretty good. I think it's mainly because we have a better corner. A couple other better players. Yeah. So advancing next week.
Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Alright, so we're 1-1. We'll make that 2-1.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.
Alright, let's go. Let's get it. 1-2. It's not that good. Second season, we might not.
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
Alright, so we're 2-2. We're at the 200%. So, partially because we got a new coach too. That might be the part that helped us.
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan.
We're 2-3. That is not good. Deshaun Watson sacked 4 times. Come on, man.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
So we're 3-3.
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
Four and 3, let's go. That's actually our best record so far. And we're 4-4.
Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Deshaun Watson. Will Fuller. Alright, answer me the question. We got Titans next week. Oh Lord. Titans next week.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.
We're doing so much better.
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
Five and 4.
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan.
We gotta play the Cowboys, my team.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
Seven and 4, 6 and 5. Oh God.
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
We're falling off.
Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Six and 7. Come on. Come on now. Not. Can we make the playoffs?
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup. Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
8 and 7. Alright, so what overall is TJ at now? He's at 90. No wonder.
Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan.
Did we win the division? No, we did not. Deshaun Watson. Wow.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan.
Okay, we made it past Steelers. Why did I say Seahawks?
Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
Wow. Wow. Well, it's either Dolphins or...
Scouting points are earned every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
I simulate one more week.
This is the last opportunity to resign your players, or they will become free agents.
Alright. So, who won the Super Bowl? Wow. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the little bell notification right next to the subscribe button. And you guys have an awesome night. I'll see you guys in my next video.